Hey everyone, new character art just dropped for Shikanoin Heizou, and this could be very exciting. It looks like he'll be available in the version 2.8 update, and while we're still not sure when the version 2.7 update will happen, once we do get back from our update hiatus, we can expect a bunch of new content and characters. So let's talk about this latest character teased on Hoyoverse's official Twitter page. Shikanoin Heizou, Analytical Harmony, Detective of the Tenryou Commission. Do we know anything about his abilities, damage, or specialization? No, absolutely not. But will he be busted? Oh, definitely. And really, we know he will be good based on two things from this Twitter pic. The first of which is that he is a boy with shorts. And secondly, it's that he has an animo vision. Now, I'm sure the first thing had a lot of you scratching your head. Boy with shorts? Why would that make him good? Well, let's just take a look at all the young male characters with shorts. We have Bennett, Xingqiu, Kazuha. All of those characters are extremely good and meta-defining. Now let's take a look at Heizou. Seems to be a young man wearing shorts. So clearly, he's going to be very OP. All jokes aside, he has an animo vision, which will make him good, as animo is an incredibly strong element because of the swirl reactions and the ability to use the Viridescent Veneer artifact set. So I expect him to be good, but the real question is, will he be the same or better than the current animo characters we already have? Let's go over a few potential situations that could make him really good. The first of which is something I've wanted for a really long time, and that is an animo shielder. We currently don't have any shield characters of the animo element in the game, but I could see this being very, very useful as combining defensive options like absorbing damage and blocking interruption with the ability to swirl and shred resistances will make a really good support character. This combination would be particularly interesting if Heizou creates an animo shield that somehow gets stronger as he swirls an element. And I really like the idea of a character who can protect you from damage while also making your enemies take more damage. Which, as many of you might know, is why Zhongli is my most used character in all of Genshin Impact. Now, do I think he's going to be an animo shielder? By his design alone, it doesn't really look like he would be a shielding character. He looks very nimble. But then again, Zhongli, Toma, and Jinyan don't particularly look like they would be shielding characters either, so who knows? Another potential option that could make him really good is if he is an animo shredding unit. Currently, the Viridescent Veneer set will lower resistances for Pyro, Electro, Hydro, and Cryo upon swirling that particular element. But outside of Jean's 4th constellation, or Zhongli's shield, there's no way to reduce animo resistance. So this would be a unique mechanic, especially if Heizou could lower animo resistance in his base form without needing any constellations. Along the same lines, if he is a defense shredding character, that could also make him pretty unique. We don't have too many characters that lower defense. Really, it's just Razor's Constellation 4 and Lisa. So having a character that could do this while also shredding resistances with the Viridescent Veneer would be great. That way, they could not only shred the defenses, but also the elemental resistances for a double up on extra damage. The final thing that could make him very useful is having a lot of crowd control. Now, animo characters often excel at controlling enemy movement and repositioning them. If Heizou has similar abilities, he could be really useful too. And one thing I've wanted to see for a while is a character that can basically create a force field where enemies inside it cannot leave and enemies outside the field cannot enter. While they would still be able to attack and function normally, it would be like they have an invisible wall set up around them. This would be a different type of crowd control, especially compared to the typical vacuum grouping we get with Venti, Kazuha, and Sucrose. And hey, no one likes to chase down mobs all over the map, so crowd control is always useful. Now, I'd be really happy with any one or multiple combinations of these features, but it's likely he's going to be something completely different. And there's one thing that sticks out in my mind that I really think he could be, and this one thing will be the answer to a lot of people's prayers, something people have been asking for a long time, and that is a direct support for Xiao. To me, Heizou's design looks like a 4-star character, and with more specialized 4-star supports introduced since Inazuma, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that Heizou could be a character meant specifically for Xiao. Of course, this really is just all speculation at this point, but people have also speculated that Xiao will be getting another rerun soon, so maybe it's finally time the Emo Animo Dragoon gets a special supporting character that he deserves. With that in mind, let's consider some of the things Xiao wants. Xiao wants energy, specifically lots of animal particles if he can, because he can't generate any animal particles from his elemental skill once he uses his elemental burst. Xiao really likes to have a shield to protect him from being bonked out of the air when plunging. Xiao would also benefit a lot from Animo or Defense Shred, since he usually has tons of attack, but shredding resistances is something he can't really do, unless you're running a super whale team. And he also would benefit from something to keep enemies from being knocked all over the place and falling outside of his AoE range. Now the good news is that all of these issues are not unique to only Xiao, meaning that Heizou might be a really good universal support if he does one or many of these things. Now another thing I want to bring up is he is pictured with this little sword or dagger on his hip, and that is actually a jutei. This was a weapon that samurai used to either disarm or defend themselves if they didn't have a sword. However, I don't think that Heizou will be a sword character. I think this is a bait. However, this could be an indication that his kit somehow revolves around countering, similar to Beidou. Honestly, we have no idea, and this is all just for fun. Now, even if Heizou isn't directly meant to support Xiao or do any of the cool things I listed here, he's an Animo character, and he's a boy in shorts, so you already know he's going to be a good character. What are your thoughts about Heizou? Do you think he'll be worth pulling? Let me know below by saying if you think he will be busted or lame. Busted as in one of the best characters, definitely get him, or lame as in easy skip. And let me know your reasons why. Personally, I think a lot of people will be excited to pull for him. Unless, of course, they do him dirty and make those beautiful luscious locks in the artwork turn flat and uninteresting, like Albedo. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, stay safe, and I can't wait to see you again.